welcome back to my channel. I do hope you're doing well. So, this is like another first on the channel, but definitely something I want to include for the end of every year that I may be on YouTube now. So, we're having a few new traditions, ain't we, at the end of the years, my lovelies. We're going to start doing a book club because your girl has been reading. She didn't really read last year, but this year she's been reading. So, we're going to be having a 2021 book club. And I thought, you know what? What else could we do a little roundup on? Because I've done like handbag collections. We've done a few little collections here and there. So I thought, why not do a Netflix, Amazon Prime and Disney Plus, kind of like my watch list for 2021, and also share with you a few series that I want to get into for 2022. Because you have all been sending them in, and oh my god, watching the trailers, you're sending me some great finds. So yes, as I say, the mulled wine is freshly brewed. Got a lovely bit of mulled wine there, and can you see we've got a few little orange pieces? Oh no, you didn't even see there, did you? There you go. Don't want to tip it, because if I spill this on the baby pink onesie and my little snowman throw that I've got down here, Mama Ju will not be happy. So yes, this is just going to be another comfy, cozy, just relaxing with the tree in the back, because we need to make the most of her before she goes. We're not even going to think of that time just yet. We're still going to enjoy her for probably, what's the date today? The 23rd of December. We've probably got another at least 3-4 weeks out of it, maybe, because we all know I'm a little bit late taking them down, ain't I? So yes, let's stop rabbiting. Let me know, as I say, down in the comments box below if there are any series or films that you would recommend. But I've got the trusted iPad to hand, and let's get in with the video, my lovelies. Right, before we get into the video, let's just address the elephant in the room, shall we? The baby hairs are sticking up, my lovelies. I have tried everything to get these down, but they just won't stay down. So we're just going to have to kind of deal with it. And I've got my Miss Santa Claus little scrunchie from Primark, because I thought, why not? This is how you'll find me. If you are new here, people may think, why are you looking like a giant pink marshmallow? When I'm sitting down watching all of these apps, my lovelies, I am normally in my onesie or PJ. So might as well be comfy, have a drink to hand for the festive season, and just be real with you. Normally though, I do have hair up, no makeup, but I thought, you've seen a lot of me with no makeup throughout the vlogmases lately, so I thought I'd better put a bit of slap on and try and look presentable for you. But Shannon Lee, we are rabbiting. Right, let's have a look. What are we going to start with, my lovelies, eh? What are we going to start with? Should we start with Prime? Amazon Prime. Let's have a look. Where are you? Oh, I'm having a nightmare as well with my iPad. Don't know what's going on. Just keeps glitching. So I've got no idea at all what it's doing. But hey ho, we're just going to have to go with it, aren't we? So, right. Amazon Prime, Amazon Prime. Oh no. I've just remembered. I use Brandon's account for Amazon Prime. So it's all going to be on his watch list. Well, I've got my own list on his account, you know. It's not on mine. Oh, right. This won't do, will it? Let me go and get the laptop and set it up, and then I can show you what we're actually watching on Prime on Brandon's account, shall we? Right. We are back, my lovelies. Let's have a look. Let's load it up. Completely forgot about that. Completely forgot. I pay for Netflix and he pays for Prime and Disney. So, yes. Let's go on to Prime, because I do have my own little list on there, let's just say. He watches quite a lot on Prime. I really need to start getting into it, because I do actually think there are quite a lot of good little bits on Prime, but I've only watched a few things. But the few that I have seen is amazing. Well, what have I got in here to continue watching? The Vatican tapes. Well, that just says it all, doesn't it? Let's have a look at my stuff. Is it my list? Where's my list? There we go. Right. I watch quite a lot of dark stuff on Prime, I'm not going to lie. So, let's just go through them. The ones on my watch list to watch for next year, my lovelies, is Buffy. Oh my god, I used to love Buffy, because we used to watch it in secondary school for some reason. It was something to do with an English literature or English language project. And I don't quite know what it was, but I was all there for it. And they actually have, how many series are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 series of Buffy. So I'm definitely going to be looking into that next year. Let's bring you a bit forward. You're a little bit far away, ain't you? There we go. You can see my face better. So yes, Buffy is on the watch list for 2022. However, you know, I've spoke about it quite a lot before because I want to get the books, the After series. So you have After We Collided, and then what was the most recent one I watched? After We Met or After We Fell? Don't tell me they've took it off. No. Where's that gone off my watch list? Let's have a look. I don't want to play you. You should be on the After We Fell. That's it. Why was that not on my watch list? I've already watched you. So it is After, which is the first one, and then After We Collided is number 2, and then After We Fell is number 3. Now the After series is based off a book series, which I doubt I'm going to get this year because it was on my wish list with Brandon, and when he looked through the books he was like, I'm not buying you a book, there's no pictures in them. I was like, Brandon, come on darling, you know every time you see me, if I'm not editing or filming, I'm reading. So yes, I don't think I'm going to get that, but that could be something that I get later on because I have actually asked for a lot of books, and Mama G did say to me, I've got you quite a few. So I was like, okay then. So After We Fell, oh my god. So the storyline is, for those who haven't watched it, it's like a classic little love romance story. There's a new girl, there's a guy, and something happens and they kind of start to like each other, but then something comes out for the whole reason of it and it blows up, and then she don't like him, and then it's like that trials and tribulations of college and working life, and one of the Zach and Cody twins is in it. Oh my god, number 2. I was like, since when did you grow up? I remember watching you like yesterday and you were that high, and now you're like a full grown man. And then it's like a bit of jealousy, and basically can be seen as a toxic relationship, but there is love there. So yes, I would highly recommend that, and as I say, love it. I think there is another one because there's 4 books. After We Collided, After We Fell. I don't know what the 4th one is though, but I remember in like the collection of the books there's definitely 4. So yes, that is a good one. If you want to have like a proper binge of it, I would say take like 6 hours out of your evening and watch all 3 back to back, because then you'd get like a proper little understanding of the people and everything like that. Now, oh my god, right, there's a film. Let's have a look. It's called The Lie, right? Let's have a look. Can you see that, my lovelies? The Lie. And it's got the girl in, what's her name? I don't know her name. She's in so much stuff. There she is. Wait a minute, you'll see it there. She's in so much stuff, and it's called The Lie, and it's a 2020 film, so it is fairly recent. And the synopsis is, when their teenage daughter confesses to impulsively killing her best friend, 2 desperate parents cover up the horrific crime with a web of lies and deception. Now, this is the perfect thriller. You know, one of them films that like kind of makes you think. I'm not going to lie, if I remember correctly, the ending I was a bit like, oh, they could have carried it on, but it wasn't. But it's only an hour and a half film, so quite like watching, but I would highly recommend that. As I say, a nice little, not exactly jumpy, but it is a thriller, like it keeps you going, you know. Oh my god, if you love a comedy and you love Robert De Niro and kind of like Meet the Fockers vibe, this is the film you need, right? It's called The War with Grandpa. Again, it's a 2021 film, and it is so funny, my lovely. So as I say, it's got Robert De Niro and the guy from Click. I never know his name. But it is basically, it says 6th grader Peter is forced out of his room when his grandpa, who's Robert De Niro, moves into the family home. Unwilling to let it go, Peter declares war to get his room back. But to his surprise, Grandpa isn't going down without a fight. And honestly, like, I love Robert De Niro as an actor. If you've seen him in like plenty of other films, and as I say, of course, the infamous Meet the Fockers and Meet the Parents, absolutely love it. Oh, that's a nice glass of mulled wine. Very citrusy. Oh, but I do like my citrus. Yeah, that, as I say, that is an hour and 40. So, unless I'm really invested in a film, I'm one of these people, like, an hour and 3/4 is the max that I will go to for a film. 2 hours is like topping it, but unless I really like it, like Phantom of the Opera, I will sit there through like 3 hours worth. But that is a good comedy. The majority of my Prime, oh my god, you can just, see it, can't you? Can you see? You can just see like pictures. It's pretty much horror, because I found that through Halloween, Netflix didn't really have many new bits, so I did gravitate towards Prime. Prime for my, what did we have? We had Insidious 3, Don't Hang Up. Now that was a, not strange one, but basically teenagers were prank calling, and then it turned out that someone started to prank call them, and it's like a big web of lies, and they are kind of like in their own little game. That was really good. Deadly Sisters, oh my god, love. If you love true crime or true crime films, documentaries, this is the film you need to watch, my lovelies. It's from 2015, and as I say, it is called Deadly Sisters. It's a true story, right? I watched this and was just like, oh my god, how did this happen? So there's a little synopsis, again based on a true story. It says, on January the 18th 2003, police, alerted by a frantic call from a distraught pair of teenage girls, arrived at the girls' Toronto area townhouse to find their mother dead. Now this is the actresses, what are their names? Abigail Breslin and Mira Soronova. They have been in quite a few bits, and I think again like through the crime horror scene that I've seen them on. Now I don't want to give too much away because it is a really good watch, and again it's only an hour and 40, but it's basically two sisters in a household, and they kind of have enough with the way their life is, to be perfectly honest. And then, as I say, a call is made, and it like gives the backstory to how they got to where they are today. And the ending, oh, I loved it. I think that might actually be another rewatch in the new year. It's 2015, as I say, and it is rated an 18. So probably not great if you're going to watch it with the kids, but absolutely love it. I love anything true crime, as we know. You've only got to see the book club to know what my feelings are for true crime. Anything that's kind of like a docu-series. I do get bored, or like I tend to switch off if it's just a proper documentary, but I like the way Netflix do their documentaries, because I don't know, the way they incorporate the footage and all of that jazz, I never switch off of one. There was only one that I switched off of halfway through towards the end of the last episode, and I'll speak about that more, but I think I spoke about it in a vlog one day. But anyway, we have The Unholy. That was an alright one. The Blackwell Ghost. That was alright. Why is that on there now? Oh my god, good job I watched it when it was free. It's $2.49 there. Oh my goodness. Right, The Taking. I had heard a lot about this, right? And I was just like, yeah, 2015. It's probably not going to be good. Oh my god, you've probably... Where's the infamous little bit of the mum? So the front cover is the mum. It's like her face with the demonic. If you don't like horror, I would like maybe just fast forward 10 seconds, because I don't quite know if anything's going to jump out. I'm not too sure. I don't want to scare you if it does, okay? So basically, the synopsis with this one, it says, Mia Medina and her PhD team record the everyday life of Deborah Logan, an elderly Alzheimer's sufferer. However, as the study progresses, it quickly becomes sinisterly apparent that there is a horrifying evil far worse than the debilitating disease that has taken control of her. It is very jumpy. Okay, I like the horrors that it's paranormal, it's to do with ghosts and spirits and everything like that. But this one is quite gory as well. Like, it's very out there. You get your paranormal activity, you get like the illness, like the psychotic side of it, like the psychosis and everything like that, but you do get quite a bit of gore, which, not gonna lie, I absolutely loved. I remember when it was on the lead up to Halloween, like I was watching horrors left, right, centre, and mum would come in and she would be like, all I can hear is screams and you laughing. I just love a good horror. I can't remember watching something that has actually made me jump for a long time. I know they were supposed to be making a remake of The Exorcist. Don't quite know where that's gone or if that's happened at all. But yeah, I want something that's going to make me jump, you know, but I haven't found anything, I'm afraid. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Another true story. One word. Alison. Wow, wow, wow. It was only an hour, right? It was more like a docu-series because it showed reenactments and that of it, but then you saw the actual lady at the end. Let's have a look. Is it going to just show you a little bit? It was from 2017 and it is a 16 plus, my lovelies. Come on, I don't want to see a mermaid. There we go. So it shows you like the real lady, but then there's like a kind of dramatization of the events. And this was shocking. Like, I watched this and was like, how did you survive? And when you watch like the reenactments of it and like what she had to go through. So in 1994, Alison Botha was abducted at knife point by two men outside her home in South Africa. Driven into the nature reserve off the main road, she was raped, disemboweled, almost decapitated and left for dead. Against extraordinary odds, Alison survived the horrific attack, but this was only the beginning of her struggle, and this was her remarkable story for her fight for justice and recovery. Oh my God. You're probably thinking, yeah, no. You actually see, so obviously they do the reenactments of what happened, but you see the real people along the line, you see the real scars, and oh my God, to think that two people could do this to someone. And I'm not going to say like what happens and all that jazz, but for her to be alive, oh my God, is a miracle. Okay, I was like, wow. That again is something like I could rewatch, like the Deadly Sisters, because they're true stories. You kind of get lost in that world when you watch them. So yes, I do really like that one and I would recommend. What's this one? Oh my God, all of these ones that I've watched are pretty much going to pay now. Good job I watched them while I didn't, eh? Let's have a look. Another true story. I had a lot of true stories as well. So this one was called A Murderer Upstairs. 2017 again. Must have been the era for like true story documentary crime vibes. So it's an hour and a half, and this one, it's inspired by a true story where a mother protects her stepdaughter after the teenager witnesses the murder of her best friend, but however is soon forced to come to grips with the terrifying possibility that her stepdaughter may be the real killer. Now, this is a typical little plot twist, and again, it's inspired by a true story. And when you put yourself, like, when I watch them, I put myself in them shoes, and it's so easy to be like, oh my God, how could you not see that? And da-da-da-da-da. But it shows how when you're in that moment, obviously you're related or family or anything like that, you do kind of be blindsided because you don't want to think that someone is capable of that. But yes, that was a very good true story as well. Very suspenseful, nice little bit of drama. Not too much, but enough, you know. And then finishing off like the horror bits. My God, majority of the horrors are now on the rent. I watched them all for free and now they're trying to charge me $2.50. Right. The rest of the horrors that I watched was Brahms, The Boy 2, The Right. That is classic. I think The Right has actually come onto Netflix now. The Turning. The Turning was an interesting film. It was kind of strange. Gave me Haunting of Bly Manor vibes. Like very disillusional and all of that. I don't want to say too much, but it is one that you need to pay a lot of attention to because I think I fell asleep halfway through mine and then I had to rewatch it because I just didn't have a single clue. Let's have a look. Right. I've got a few on here that I haven't yet watched. Oh no! That was one I wanted to watch and now it's got, I'm not paying $2.50 for you. Nope, you're being removed. Let's have a look. You're being removed. Oh, so there are a couple. Let's just have a little sip. I've got a couple of horrors on here for next year, my lovelies. Wrong Turn. I think it's quite an old film looking at it. And The Girl at Work. Oh yeah, 2003. The Girl at Work says to me it's like a good little series. So might watch that one. And also, they've got a series called The Exorcist. And it says a modern reinvention inspired by the 1971 book The Exorcist. Oh my God, is The Exorcist a book? No.
Hold on a minute, my lovelies. The Exorcist. And there's 3 of them? What? No way! Oh, The Exorcist is a book.
Well, I think I know what I'm going to be asking for next Halloween. Oh my god, I never knew that. Learn something new every day. But it's a series, so I don't quite know. I mean, the photo of it, the one at the end, it does look... It's kind of a reenactment on her, but I'm not too sure how that's going to go. Let's have a look. I'm trying to, like, you know, like when you try and remember what you've watched. Oh yeah, I didn't like that one. So there was one called Let Her Out, and a girl basically had an injury. It wasn't a true story. She had an injury from a bike accident, and then like through her time in hospital they said like she become possessed. But it was one of them ones, you know, it's very cliche. When you watch it you just think, oh, and it's all the like and you think, no, we've moved on from that. Right, this one, oh my god, it's called Can't Come Out to Play. It has got Michael Shannon and Samantha Morton in it. Right, this is one that I would highly recommend. You see that, my lovelies? And as I say, it's called Can't Come Out to Play. It is, wow. I want to read the rest of you. Where's your synopsis? So, this is how they describe it, and I wouldn't say anything less. A disturbing, skin-crawling horror thriller. Yes. Featuring a standout performance from Michael Shannon and directed by John McNaughton. A mentally unstable physician keeps her dying son secluded from the outside world in a bid to preserve his life. Experience this chilling psychological horror about a mother's obsessive love and must see. Now, there is obsession and then there is obsession. If this was based on a true story, I would be very worried. It's not, I don't think. It's just like a thriller. But, wow. Let's, I'll give you a little bit of the trailer there you can see. So, basically, there is a boy and he has a disability, but his mother is so adamant on not letting him go out into the real world and protecting him like a mother would do. But like, she does home operations, I'm just going to say that. But you would never think what she does is why or where she does it from. Honestly, highly recommend that. What year was that actually? 2015. So again, it's an old film, but highly, highly would recommend that one, my lovelies. Some that I've got on there for next year that I haven't watched. The Haunting of Mary. Says Mary was a typical vivacious 15-year-old girl who vanished from a family trip in a lake house. She returned and had no memory of traumatic events that caused her soul to be ripped from her body. So I thought that sounded like quite a nice little light evening watch, you know. And then I think this is on Netflix as well, 21 Bridges. It's with Chadwick Boseman, the man that played Black Panther, who I think he's passed away now. So young, so sad, oh my god. This is what I don't like when you watch films and like the people are no longer here, you're like, but at least you have that memory of them in a way. Probably digressing so much. And then there's a film with Liam Neeson, absolutely love a little bit of Liam Neeson, called Honest Thief. It says he's a notorious thief who steals £9 million from small town banks while keeping his identity a secret. However, he decides to come clean about his past only to find out he's been double crossed. So that sounded like a good little bit of me, you know, my lovely. So as I say, with Prime, I think, let's have a look. Go on the free to me bit because your girl don't want to be paying for that. There is as well Hell's Kitchen on here. I know when Brandon first got Prime, he binged all of the Hell's Kitchen series because, as you all know, we love a bit of Gordon Ramsay, me and him. And yeah, he's watched all of that. But I love how all of like the movies we think you'll like, they're all horrors. So I might have to have just like a little look in the charts. I need to finish off the Vatican tapes, which is the lady who is just screaming at me in the face. Oh, right. See, this is the stuff that I like. Not that I like, but it's true stories. So there's a documentary on there about the boys who killed Jamie Bulger from 2002. And it says the disturbing film covers the release of Robert Thompson and John Venables, the 10-year-olds who killed 2-year-old Jamie Bulger in 1993. Explore the protests around their release, the background of the killers, the terrible murder and impact. We explore claims that the punishment is a sham, and our reporter investigates how the inmates are treated and whether 8 years can rehabilitate the criminal duo. So this was before my time, but we was actually speaking about this the other day in work, because with everything that's been coming out in the news about the poor children that are being killed by the people who brought them into the world, I'm not even going to get into it, but disgusting, bring a certain penalty back, I would say. But yeah, not here to discuss about that. But these apparently, I think the lady at work said they kidnapped him, or they took him from a shopping centre, and then there was like train tracks and everything like that involved. And I think if they were 10 years old when that occurred, like, what, how do you have that in your head at 10 years old? So I'm actually going to add that to my list now, because that will be something that I will want to watch in the new year. As I say, it's only an hour long, so a nice little docu-series. The Skin Collector. You know what, there is actually quite a lot of good things on Amazon Prime. I just don't give it the time when I really should, because it is such a good little thing. There's loads on here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, my lovelies. I'm going to sit here and just update my watch list, and then when we come back, should we do some Disney Plus? We'll do some Disney Plus. Actually, my lovelies, we'll go back to the iPad. So let's have a look. Let's do a little bit of screen recording, shall we? Let's go on to Disney Plus. So Disney Plus, I again didn't really give the time of day. I just looked through, but as you can see, I have started quite a lot of bits and bobs on there. There are a lot of things on here that I didn't know was on there. So Hawkeye, this is not on my watch list, but me and Brandon did watch this together, and I think we only got 2 episodes left. So this I would highly recommend. What are we up to? So 4, 5. Oh my god! So there's only one more episode. Oh, right, so we've got the finale to watch of that. And we also started The Witcher. That will be spoken about when we move on to Netflix. But they have so much stuff. Loki, oh my god, highly recommend this. This was so funny. And I do hope they bring out a season 2. Let's have a look. No season 2 just yet. But there is stuff on here that isn't Disney. So like Walking Dead, I don't think that's Disney. Is it? I don't think it is. But I think they... Oh my god, Buffy's on here. Buffy's on here too. All 7 seasons again. Oh my god, look at this. Brings back so many memories. So I think they collaborated with a brand called Stars, I think. But yeah, you have all of your classic Marvel, as you can see there. But let's get into my watch list. So I never knew there was another night at the museum. Never knew this at all. Absolutely loved it. So if you know the night at the museum, I thought there was just 1 and 2. There's not, there was 3. Absolutely such a fun, light-hearted video, you know, one that you can just put on in the background and you can just hear it and laugh. You don't even have to watch it, you know. But yes, I highly enjoyed that, and as I say, absolutely loved it. This one I haven't yet watched, but it's gone on my watch list because we all know how much I love food and I love watching programs about food. So when I see it on Disney Plus in addition to Netflix, that of course is going on the watch list, my lovelies. Oh, it gets better every time. So as you can see, these are actually Disney themed challenges. So there's Ant-Man, Star Wars Episode 4 is Beauty and the Beast. We all know that's going to be my favourite. Then you've got the Avengers, Wreck-It Ralph, Lion King. So yeah, this is probably going to be one that I will start in the new year. And again, it's one that you can just have on in the background. So a lot of my cooking series will be on in the background, like when I'm editing, for example. So I'll have one headphone in, listening to what I'm needing to do, and then I can watch with the other eye and other ear for me all my cooking needs, eh? I spoke about this in Vlogmas. I'm so excited that I found it. I have not seen Ugly Betty for absolute years, and I mean years, and I never fully finished it, and I always wanted it on DVD. I've asked for the box set numerous times, and look, I should do that. I'm going to give myself spoilers, but yes, Ugly Betty, absolutely love that. Cruella, I haven't yet seen. The Nightmare Before Christmas, I still have not seen, don't shout me. Lilo and Stitch and Loki, I mean, love them, classics. Ab Fab the movie, if you love a bit of Ab Fab and you haven't seen the movie, go out there and check it out, my lovelies, because it is amazing. Such a great laugh. What is this? I was going to say I don't recognise it. So this is something that's clearly took my fancy from the trailer, probably. The Killing, 4 seasons. Okay, so that may be one for the new year, my lovelies. The Happening. This was a really good film. One of you lovelies actually recommended me to watch this. Wow. Is all I can say. Wow. Absolutely phenomenal. WandaVision. Now, WandaVision took me a bit of a while to get into, I'm not going to lie. But once I was into it, absolutely loved it. And then we've got Frozen 2, Big Hero 6, all of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Me and Brandon watched those back to back earlier on in the year. And then we have the classic Lion King. And then throwing it back to my Disney Channel growing up, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, the movie Sweet Life on Deck, That's So Raven, and the new series of Raven's Home, where they've grown up and they've had children. So I haven't got too much on my Disney Plus. I do want to again venture into a little bit more, but we all know what we're here for, my lovelies. The main event, which is, of course, Netflix. So make sure you've got a cuppa or something comfy and you're all like cozy in that, because I have a feeling there's going to be quite a lot for Netflix. Right. The main event, the one that I spend majority of my time when I'm not doing anything else. If I'm not filming, I'm not editing, I'm not reading, I'm watching Netflix. Majority of the time it is on my lunch breaks, like when I'm on my little hour's lunch and I'm not doing anything, I think let's go on to Netflix. So it's gonna be a big one. Let's just get into it, shall we? So Netflix. Ba-dum-ba-bum. Shannon. And then let's just start off with what I've got to continue watching, okay? So we've got The Office, that we all know, me and Mama G. I already watched all of The Office USA with Brandon, but I started watching a few episodes on my own. Mama G saw it and now she's hooked, so we are watching that. I'm on Come Dine With Me, Champion of Champions, which, as I say, how many more have I got left? Oh, not too many, just 7. This is basically where it's quite an old season, as you can see, 2016, but it's just all the winners and everyone come back and then they battle it out to be like the top people, you know. Friends, because that's always on in the background if I'm not watching The Office with Mum and I just need a bit of background noise. Friends is normally on, and then also Sugar High. Watermelon Sugar High. How much have I got left of this? Oh, I haven't got... Oh, it's a film. I must have finished my Sugar Rush Christmas then. Oh! Right, so this is where we come to. Let's go to my list. And as you can see, there is a lot. There is a lot. A very big mixture of things I have watched and things I haven't watched. So what we're going to do, we're still not at the bottom yet, my lovelies. Still not quite there. I mean, just look. It's going and going. So obviously you can tell that the majority of my time spent is watching Netflix. However, I'm hoping that's going to change in the new year. There we go. So let's go back to the top and let's start talking, because there is a lot to get through. All right, my lovelies. So me and Mama G, we watched Christmas Chronicles the other night. Me and Brandon watched it last year over FaceTime when we was in lockdown. So we will be watching Christmas Chronicles 2 this year, because that is out there now. I don't think I have seen this. No. Now teenage Kate runs away. Oh! So it's a little follow-on from the same child. Ain't it weird? I hate red wine, but I love a bit of mulled wine. So, a series that me and Brandon have just started watching, which is a second series, is The Witcher. Oh my god. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it, alright? It's kind of, how do you describe it? I was going to say witchy. That's a really bad description, ain't it? Kind of fantasy, medieval, warlord times. But it is a really good series. Kind of like Game of Thrones vibes, but not to that level, you know. Me and Brandon, we watched series 1. When did that come out? Last year? But series 2 has come out and we are now on episode 6. So we've only got 2 more left, which is so sad because you wait all this time and then it's like you can binge it in a weekend, which we watched 4 episodes in one night. We was like, woo! Titans, however, I love Titans. So Titans is now the 3rd season and this is to do with DC. So like Batman, Robin, all of that vibe. I think I spoke about this when I watched it last year, but the first 2 seasons I loved. If you're not really into like DC or like Marvel Avengers, you're probably not going to like this. But the way that the role play is done and how it kind of brings new superheroes to it, you probably think Shannon Lee, you're 26 years old and you're watching made up series on made up superheroes, but I don't care. I really like it, and it does give you like, there's action, there's like love, there's family, there's sadness. It's a bit of everything and anything in it, so I highly rate that. And there are 13 episodes. I like a season that has at least 10, you know, something that you can actually invest your time into. Let's have a look. A film I've got for next year is The Unforgivable. A lot of you have already said to me in the comments boxes that you have watched it and it's a good watch. So I don't quite know when I'm going to watch that. That could be like a New Year's Day thing. Kind of like a, yeah, New Year vibe. I want to, this is going to sound very OCD. I want to kind of try and plan what I'm going to watch. Especially films, because I find that when I'm invested in a series, that is all I will watch. Like I won't watch anything on the side or anything else. But then when I get to films, I kind of gravitate to what I've watched previously. So I need to make a conscious effort to watch a lot more films. Not necessarily series, because I do think that like I do a good amount of series a year. But films I need to get in. So Unforgivable is on there. Let's have a look. A series. Here she is saying she wants to watch more films than she's shown my series. Lost in Space. Now, it's 3 seasons worth. But I think something like this, I'm going to get the vibe for it in the first couple if I'm going to like it or not. I don't mind space stuff. Like probably one of my favourite films to date is still Prometheus. I love that whole vibe. But yeah, I don't like the original Alien. And I'm not really like into Star Wars or anything like that. Apart from Baby Yoda. Because Baby Yoda is life and he's very cute. But yeah, Lost in Space. I'm going to give it a go. And we shall see how we get on with that. Big Bang Theory. Classic, absolutely love. And then as I say, for like my cookery ones, we've got Sugar Rush Christmas. I'm sure normal Sugar Rush is on here amongst many other things. Let's have a look. Premonition was a film I saw with Sandra Bullock. One day a woman learns that her husband has died suddenly in a car crash, but the next day he reappears as if nothing's happened. I thought that would be a good little watch, and as I say, I like her as an actress. Very, very good. When me and Brandon started to watch Titans, he told me all of the like Netflix series based on some more like Marvel and DC characters. So I've got Daredevil on here, but I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched it yet, so that's just sitting on there. Maid is a series on there that I really want to watch. I've heard so many people speak highly about it. And how many episodes are you? Are you only 10? I might give that a go in the new year. These are like the types of series. So Maid is about, it says a young mother fleeing an abusive relationship finds a job cleaning houses as she fights to protect for her child and provide them a better future. So that's the type of series that like I would watch on my own, because Brandon wouldn't be watching stuff like that. So as I say, Titans we would watch together. Lost in Space, he might watch the first couple with me, but if it's not his vibe and it's mine, again, that'd be something I'd watch on my own. Daredevil he's already watched. Maid I would watch on my own. Now, don't shout at me, but I haven't seen the series You, and you're probably going to think why, because the main actress is the lady from Haunting of Hill House, which we all know how obsessed I am with that series, and it's kind of along those vibes. Like from when people speak to me, they say it's like head muddler and thriller and a bit sadistic and like sexual and all that. And I do hear quite a lot about it, but I don't know if I could get into it, because is it something to do with he meets her in a bookstore or something? Joe, I might give it a go. If you have seen the series You, let me know down below in the comments box, my lovelies, whether it's worth a go or not. As I say, because I'm just a bit, it's 3 seasons and I'm one of these, even if I don't like it, I like to finish it, because I think, well, I've started it now, I'm half invested in it, I might as well see it through. But let me know if it is a thumbs up or a thumbs down, my lovelies. I tell you what is a thumbs up for me, the series Afterlife. I love that with Ricky Gervais. Oh my god. And there's a, yay! There's a season 3 coming out. Oh, I love that. And again, this is kind of, you have to pay attention. It's not one that you can have on in the background, but it is basically what it says, Afterlife. It's about dealing with the idea of grief and having to do with like the realisation of it. And oh, I just love it. If you want like a slapstick comedy that's like a little bit emotional sometimes, I was known to have a few tears when I was watching it, I would highly recommend that. And then like we've got classics on in, my lovelies. South Park, Mr. Bean, oh my god, Peaky Blinders. When is the next season of Peaky Blinders gonna come out? It saddens me that it's gonna be the last season, and I don't know how they're gonna do it after Paul died. That was like gutting, because no one, I don't think, knew she was ill. And then I remember just seeing it on the news, and someone was like, you know, like Peaky Blinders have passed. And I was like, what? And when I went on and saw it, I was like, oh my god. And she was such like the main character. Like, I know obviously the men are, but she was the fundamentals of keeping that family together. So I don't know how they're gonna do it now without her. Obviously they've got to write her out, but will it be the same? I don't know. I don't know. It's just very, it's very sad, but I do love Peaky Blinders. Like, that is something that I could just have on in the background again. Like, it's one of those series where, yeah, I love it. A film I do want to watch as well. It's been on my watch list for quite a while, but I thought this is kind of like vibes of The Unforgivable, so I think I want to watch these two back to back. And it is the Halle Berry film Bruised. It's 2 hours 12, so it's quite a long film, and it says years after a humiliating defeat, an MMA fighter grabs one last shot at redemption when the young son she left behind comes back into her life. So I thought I like that, because it's going to have a bit of fighting, it's going to have like a bit of violence, but it's also going to have like a good little storyline in it. I tell you what, American Horror Story, there is a lot of seasons of that, my lovelies. How many did I watch? So there was 8 seasons. Wow. And I think I watched 4 or 5. So the way it works is you have a set character and they will have a set scenario. So say number 1 was, I think, the Coven. And then the next series, say for example, is the Asylum. But I found it hard because the characters would then play different characters. Instead of keeping the same people like throughout the seasons, they switched it, and I started to like really lose grips with it in the end. I didn't understand it, and I was just like, no. I give it a go. I got to like 4, and then after that I was done. Oh, Bake Squad, Fresh Fried and Crispy, and Zumbo's Just Desserts. They are all on my watch list that I have seen this year for like the food and bakery and all of that jazz. Let's have a look. Chicken Run, that's a classic. Gilmore Girls, I want to get into that. People tell me to watch that at autumn time, so I think that could be one for say next September that I start getting into, because it does actually look really good, but it's 7 seasons. I kind of like a series when it's like 3 or 4. When it's more than that, I do feel drained after. Like, I watched Prison Break, and that was 5. Was it 5? It is on here somewhere. I'm sure it was 5. And I was drained by the end of that, my lovelies. Absolutely drained, because I think the last season they didn't need to do, personally. The first season, phenomenal, amazing. Second season was all right. Number 3 was, yeah, I think they could have stopped. Like 4 and 5 I don't think needed to happen. You just think, what else could they come out with, you know? Right, this is hands down my top series of the year. Can anyone guess what it is? I spoke about this non-stop. The Crown. Oh my god. Season 5 is coming 2022. And I think, again, that is going to be the last season. Which makes me very sad. But just give it a watch. Even if you don't like the royal family or you have different views, just give it a watch, please. The acting, top notch. Top notch, darling. I was hooked on this. I think I started to watch this Easter time, I'm going to say. And I was like obsessed. I watched the first few episodes and I was like, meh, okay. Then I got into it. And I think, what was my favourite season? I really liked season 3. Because it was like, as the Queen's role was becoming more prominent, Charles was growing up. And then season 4 is obviously where Diana gets involved and it tells the story of Charles and Diana. I'm not even going to go into that because everyone is saying it's so true. Then other people are saying it's so false. Like, you just have to kind of take it to point value that I do think there are certain characteristics and certain events that happen that were real, like you see when they do their tour and everything. But when it's behind closed doors, that would have only obviously come from perhaps hearsay or what people think could have happened. But yeah, it is quite sad to watch in some parts, like not just on the Princess Diana scale, but even with the Queen and Princess Margaret. Like, I didn't really know a lot about the royals, and I have asked Mum for a couple of books for Christmas. I've seen one about Harry and William, like I think it's the Band of Brothers or the Bond of Brothers. And then I found a book in Waterstones, added it to my little Christmas list, and it is the Battle of the Sisters or the Battle of the Crown. And it is Elizabeth and Margaret, because it touches upon it in the Crown series, but Margaret wanted the crown. She thought she would be a lot better, and in some cases Elizabeth thought she would be a lot better, but it doesn't work like that. Elizabeth was the eldest born, she was the one to take the reign, and it was kind of like there was resentment and jealousy, and it's so good, honestly. I know it's probably not to everyone's cup of tea, but I did highly enjoy it, okay? Oh, nailed it. Family Cooking Showdown. Oh my god, the Family Cooking Showdown. If you want like a little cookery program series to watch, highly recommend that. Got this in my watch list, but I haven't yet watched it because we all know I'm not really one for like chick flicky series. It's Emily in Paris. Now let me know if it's worth a watch, my lovelies. As I say, it does look quite fun. Like, I do think the little fashion lover in me would like it, but I just think, is it a bit too cheesy for me? Like, is it going to be a bit of a rom-com style? Right. Oh my god. If you have not seen this film, end of watch, you need to watch it. Number one, love the actors. It's got the guy from, what's his name? Michael Pena. I'm sure he's in Romeo and Juliet. And it's got Jake Gyllenhaal in. Absolutely love it. It's about cops, corruption, drugs. Yes, that is all a bit of me. Let's have a look. Oh, one of you lovely said to me about clickbait. Look, clickbait's on there. I just haven't got round to watching it yet. That, again, is something that everyone keeps saying to me about. Let's have a look. We've got Princess Switch on there. £1 Million Menu. That is a very good watch. To see the prices that people pay for food. I mean, we all know your girl loves her food, but those prices are a little bit extortionate, let's just say the least. Big Mouth. Now, I really liked this, so this resonates to me with holiday. So there are a few seasons, Big Mouth and F is for Family, Disenchantment. They are the types of series that me and Brandon, we download for plane journeys and like when we're abroad. So Big Mouth is kind of like kids growing up, like going through puberty and all of that jazz, but it's like animated, like Family Guy stuff, but it's really funny. And yes, I kind of like relive my youth for it and just have a little bit of a giggle to myself, you know. Oh, Brandon must have added some of these to here. 2012, it's got a picture with the earth. I don't know what that is. That's something he's added. Warrior, classic film. Let's have a look. The Sinner. That's been on there quite a while, and I think it's quite an old series. But I know I've had that on my watch list for ages. It does seem quite good. The first thing, it says Jamie Burns survives a high-speed car crash that kills an old acquaintance, and Detective Harry Ambrose is called to the scene of the accident. I do think it's very good. There was one series that I kicked myself. I should have just watched it when I put it on there. Bates Motel, because I'm sure that's not on here anymore. And I should have watched that because I think that was a bit like gory, grippy, all of that jazz. Right. Marvel. If you like Marvel, but you want violence, aggression, blood, corruption, deceiving, all of that, you need to watch this series. You need to watch, oh, what is that? Nando's. You need to watch The Punisher. Me and Brandon watched this, and oh my god. So the first season has 13 episodes and the second has 13. So it's a good little watch, you know. Oh my god. First, it's the guy from Walking Dead, the best friend. The storyline of this, Brandon said it's from a comic book. Love it. I'm not into comics, but I would be after watching that. This is gory. This is violent. This is like, yes, stuff is going to go down. Trial and tribulation. Kind of like law-abiding citizen vibes. Like, yeah. If you have seen it, let me know down below what do you think. But if you haven't and you like a bit of that, go and check it out, my lovelies. Another film that I was highly, highly impressed with. One of the girls actually at work told me about this. It's an old film. It's 2013 and it's called The Call with Halle Berry. It says an abducted teen and a sympathetic 911 operator work together over the phone to stop a dangerous serial killer from striking again. Oh my god, the suspense, thrill and anticipation whilst watching that film. Very much like Jake Gyllenhaal's new one. Oh my god, what was that called? I was obsessed with that. I couldn't wait to watch that when we went to the log cabin. If you know what I mean, it's like Jake Gyllenhaal is a 911 operator and something along the lines of that. Oh, hopefully it's in here. It should be. Is it me, or does sometimes Netflix on iPads, Macs and phones, they show different things? Which I'm not entirely sure about. Oh, I love this series as well. Is there another one coming out? No. Oh, I thought there was going to be another season of this. Oh, no. Oh, I'm gutted. They could have done another season of this. Fingers crossed they do. The Umbrella Academy. Again, it's very like Marvel-y DC, but it's a Netflix series. And yeah, me and Brandon, we watched that. Absolutely loved it. And as I say, I thought they was doing another one. Oh. A few other films we got on here. Twins. Absolutely love that. Bird Box, back in the day, that was phenomenal. Oh, sometimes me and Brandon watch like agility and kind of like game show quiz, stuff that you would watch on a Saturday night. The Ultimate Beastmaster. That's a good one, my lovelies. If you like something like with a bit of kind of like Ninja Warrior, Total Wipeout, Gladiator style, everything like that, highly recommend. And then what have we got in here? How to Be Single. Love that film. Love Rebel Wilson. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I watched it for the first time this year because Brandon and his dad absolutely love it. And weren't too bad, you know, weren't too bad. We've got Jessica Jones on here, the series that I need to watch. As I say, that was kind of the Marvel DC one again. Right, Ratched. Did anyone watch this? I did, and I really enjoyed it. A lot of people I know watched it and was like, what? It is very mind confusing, I will say that. But I loved it. I thought it was well good, I say. And it has, again, a very famous actress. What is her name? Sarah Paulson. Such a great actress. And she's been in quite a few. So, yes, absolutely loved that. Oh, my God. Hands down, probably one of the best horrors that I watched this year. The Possession of Hannah Grace. Now, if you don't like scary photos, I'd probably say skip through 10 seconds. But that's the thing, yeah? I don't want to scare you too much. That was her little face, and that is the trailer, which, oh my god, amazing. Absolutely love that. That is a good horror. I will probably be like rewatching that along with Haunting of Hill House. Maybe next, I was going to say next winter. No. Next Halloween and Autumn, Shan. That will be a rewatch. What else have we got in here? What else have we got? Oh, another little series that like I would watch on my own, not Brandon. Alexa and Katie. I really like that. They aren't doing any more, are they? No. There's 4 seasons and it's about 2 best friends and one of them gets an illness, and I don't want to say too much about ruining it, but it's a really nice series about friendship and love and fun and just like normal things that teenagers would be doing. But yes, absolutely love that. Another series I highly enjoyed, and I've actually watched it quite a few times now, was The People versus O.J. Simpson. It's got David Schwimmer, who plays Ross from Friends, and Cuba Gooding, who is the man from Ice Dogs. Not Ice Dogs, Snow Dogs. That I love, again, because it's to do with like true crime and that. It's like a reenactment based on it. I remember I watched it on BBC when it came out. It would like come out 1 episode a week, and there's quite a few episodes on there. How many? Is there 10? Yeah, 10. Absolutely love that. And then as soon as I saw it on Netflix, I did rewatch this year because I just think, wow. We all again probably have our opinions and our verdicts, but to me I don't think the verdict was right. I think there was a lot more to it, and again people think because of who he had representing him and the like celebrity status, let's just say, around it, but we're not here to do that. You know what I would love to do? I was sitting down the other day with my lovelies and thinking I would love to do, because in my spare time, we all know I love watching like Eleanor Neal and Bailey Sarian, or Siren, and I would love to like really get investigative. I would love to really like investigate crime stories and like sit down and go through it, or like how they do, like they'll have like one does her makeup when she's talking about it, another one will just sit and tell you the facts. But I think that that could be so draining, because some of the cases that I've watched from them, I couldn't imagine having to like research all of that. But yeah, that is, I love stuff like that. So when there's like series and it's based on true events and all of that jazz, it is right up my street. All right, let's have a look. There's so much on in my lovelies. I have watched a lot of Netflix. Oh, another little series. Well, it wasn't really a series. It was an 1.5-hour film. The American Murder, The Family Next Door. That was shocking. The woman, Shannon Watson, her children with the following events. Basically, you've probably heard of it. It was the one where the husband was involved. Yes, the husband was involved. It shocks me, but it seems lately that when people, unfortunately, have accidents or are murdered, it is by close family members, which is just, nope, shocking. Let's have a look. And again, this one, The Staircase. If you've seen this, this is again a true story. It's a docu-series where they kind of do part reenactments, but you do go along with the real life people. And that had 13 episodes. Very good watch. And I thought they was going to do another one, like kind of following on from where he is now. But yeah, highly recommend that one. And then we've got F is for Family. I love that. Right. This ain't going to be to everyone's cup of tea, but we all know that I would have loved to have been an embalmer in my lifetime. Probably not going to be able to do it now, but hey ho, a girl can dream, eh? And it says, as the Tippanees oversee a funeral fit for a Maori princess, Francis frets over every detail, including the staff's weight and assistants' chattiness. So the Casketeers, it is a New Zealand funeral undertaker's family business, and it just shows you the run-ins of funeral directors, like making all of the arrangements, the burial, the morgue side. You do see sometimes some cadavers. That is what they're called, aren't they? Cadavers, the bodies. And yeah, that fascinated me. But as I say, that's not going to be to everyone's cup of tea. But that was a little bit of me. What have we got in here? All of the Twilight. That was great. Shrek the Musical. I would have loved to have seen that live. And then, oh, this was a hard watch. And it's so relevant to what is going on now. And 1 minute, my lovelies. 6 episodes, 2020, and it is the Trials of Gabriel Fernandez. Now, if you've seen it, that's a tough watch. As I say, I'm not really maternal for my own child. We all know I love Brandon's niece, but I don't have that love toward my own child yet. But when you see the stories and what children have gone through, you can't not feel that maternal instinct in a way. As I say, with everything that's been going on in the world at the moment, I just think if you don't want them children, put them into the care system, foster, adopt. There are plenty of families out there who can't have children or want to foster, adopt, that would have gave those children lovely lives. And you cannot, I have to be careful with what I say, but to use a child as almost like a toy for like your pleasure, no. Bring back a certain penalty and let the people get what they deserve. And I just think there is so many other ways that if you didn't want that child there are so many other ways to get rid of them, like put them into a system. Or you hear of these people that just put children on random doorsteps and then leave them. Take them out of the equation, but you don't have to commit such despicable, and it's put me in a room with one of them, and I say I'm not really maternal, but I would like to say my piece with them. This one, The Trials of Gabriel Fernandez, was a hard watch, as I say, and I think it came out, was it earlier in the year, or it might have been last year, but I watched it earlier this year because we was all speaking about it at work, and a lot of the women at work were like, because they're mothers, they said we physically couldn't watch it. We watched a few episodes and that was it. Again, this was in America, so it's a lot different to how they deal with it, but I do think America are more realistic with their sentences. I think if I remember correctly, they got life, but one possibly could have got death row. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, that was a hard watch. And as I say, if you are able to stomach something like that, as I say, it is a true story, it is a true documentary. You see all of the real people and that, you hear from the family and that. It is a tough watch, but it is a good watch, I would say. Alright, my lovelies. Oh my god, this was disgusting. Right, this is another one. Don't bleep with cats. 3 episodes, 1 word, sick. He was sick. Sick in everything. It really filled me with anger because we all know how much I love my Elvie, okay? And Morris, like Elvis's spirit reincarnated, we haven't seen him for a while. I hope he's alright. This was despicable. I get very angry when I think about this. The way that this person thinks he can just treat animals like that. Again, put a certain penalty on him and be done with it. I don't get what goes through people's head. Like, children, animals, they are defenceless. They are so innocent. They have that rarity about them. They don't know about the world. They can't do anything wrong. So why you're using your power and your knowledge in that, and you're being horrible. You're being downright sadistic. No. Let's move on because I get angry about stuff like that. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got quite a lot. I've got a lot of horror again still on here. Oh, The Irishman. That was a film I watched with Robert De Niro. Very long. How long was it? 3.5 hours. Let me tell you, that video, let me tell you, that film could be done in 2. Very good film, but very drawn out. Very drawn out. Oh my god. New Year's Eve. This is my plan. I'm not going to move from my bed because season 4 of Cobra Kai is coming out. Cobra Kai never die. Oh my god, I'm reliving my youth. Cobra Kai is Karate Kid grown up. All the same actors, all the same faces, and they're bringing back one of the baddest out of the original films, and I am so excited. So excited. You cannot wait. So New Year's Eve, I am not moving from my bed. Like I didn't move from my bed in New Year's Eve 2020, I'm not doing it this time. I will be binging that forever. Last year, however, we was in lockdown. So I literally binged it all through the afternoon. But don't quite know what my plans are New Year's Eve. Saying that, could we be in another lockdown? Who knows? Is anyone really going to pay attention? I don't know. But anyway, either way, whether we're in lockdown, I'm at Brandon's, I'm here, I'm watching Cobra Kai. Because Cobra Kai never die. Oh my god. Makes me want to get back into my karate, you know, my lovelies. Makes me want to get back into them. Let's have a look. We've got a lot on here. The Nielsen tapes. This was about Dennis Nielsen, and also ITV had a series, Des. Oh my god, it had David Tennant, I think his name, played him. Amazing. Such a great series. And White House Farm, we all know I absolutely love. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, is this? Why does this ring a bell? The film Clinical. A psychiatrist is plagued by flashbacks to a terrifying attack as she treats a new patient who was horribly disfigured in an accident. I have watched this because I recognise... I might have to rewatch that. I do remember it being a good film, but I just can't remember the synopsis. Ooh. Oh, The Last Kingdom. This was one that Brandon made me watch. 4 seasons worth. I had to get very invested, but it's kind of along the lines of Witcher, Game of Thrones, all of that jazz. Very like medieval. He does keep telling me I need to watch Vikings, but that's about 9 series, and I think I really want to watch Sons of Anarchy as well, and that's quite a lot of series, and I just think it's got to be good for me to be invested, my lovelies. If any of you have watched it, is it worth sticking to it? Because some people I've spoke to, they're like, yeah, after like series 2 or 3 we drop off, and I'm like, no, but I can't do that. And then I'll just feel like I'm wasting time if I'm watching something that I don't actually like. But yes, let's have a look. There's quite a lot on here. The Mind of Aaron Hernandez. That was a good one. That was a true story as well. Aaron's arrest for the inexplicable murder of Odin Lloyd shocks the sports world. It was only 3 episodes, and the ending of that I did not see coming at all. When it flashed up what happened, I was like, excuse me? Yes, very, very shocked. Oh, Jack Whitehall's Travels with My Father. Absolutely love that. If you want like a nice, fun comedy series, that is what you need, my lovelies. There's a few on here that I haven't watched, but I do want to get into because they've been on here quite a while. Elite. Elite, I think, is this the school one? Yeah, it's like a clash in the school, and I think it could turn like, kind of like Riverdale vibes. Again, I haven't seen Riverdale. That is something that I would love to get into. Brandon's mum has watched them all, and she's like, you need to watch them. I am so excited for the new series of Stranger Things to come out. Put your hands up if you're with me on that one. But they don't look like children no more. They look so grown up because obviously, like, it's been quite a while, ain't it? But yeah, can't wait for that one. And then what have we got in here? The Last Tsars. Now, this ain't going to be to everyone's cup of tea, but I really liked this. It's about Nicholas Romanov. Oh no, what am I doing? What have I done? Oh, I've gone on to a child's one. I've swiped Cocomelon, whatever that is. No, I need to be on my one, thank you. Yeah, that one. Where are we? Where are we? The Last Tsars. So it's about Nicholas Romanov and Anastasia. Anastasia, as we all know, is one of my favourite Pixar DreamWorks film ever. So it's all about the last Russian Tsar family. It's got about Rasputin. It's about like the revolution, the rebellion, everything like that in there. If you're not really into that, it's probably not what you would like. But yes. Oh my God. This could actually be joint first series of the year. So this is up there with The Crown for me. 13 Reasons Why. Oh my God. 4 seasons again, right? Wow. Wow. Even just looking at the photos, I really got into this. Why is this showing that I've not watched every episode? Trust me, I have sat through and watched every single episode of this. I heard so much about this and I was very skeptical. I watched the first few episodes and I knew instantly I would be addicted. As the seasons went on, it does tackle a lot of kind of subjects that people don't want to tackle. It tackles violence, homophobia, it targets like gun practices and that, and the way of the world. It looks into drug abuse, sexual exploitation. Like, there's a lot of hard hitting stuff in there, and obviously it all stems from the beginning, which is a girl commits suicide and leaves these tapes for everyone, and that is kind of like the gist of the first season. That's what it starts around, and then the following 3 seasons is kind of, they grow up but there's still bits lingering and then things happen and all of that jazz. So my god, when I watched the finale of this, I think, was it the finale or the one before? The episode before the finale, I was crying my eyes out in the finale, okay? But I actually took a photo and sent it to Brandon. Shall we see if I can find it? Because I was sobbing, right? So this was the episode before the finale. So something happens in, I think it's called like the penultimate episode, and it just, oh my god. No, I can't find it, my lovelies. I do apologise. But I was like puffy-eyed, like hysterical, snotty nose. Yeah, that was real. Very tough, challenging watch, but if you can watch it, I would highly recommend, alright? And then we're going to end on like a few happy ones. So as I say, the films that I've loved, To All the Boys I've Loved Before series, absolutely love them. We have got in here The Perfect Day. That was a nice little funny one. What have we got in here? Actually, I haven't got a lot of like happy films. Oh my god. Oh, Someone Great. That was alright. No Strings Attached. I actually really did like that one. How It Ends. That was a good film. That was a very good film with Forrest Whitaker in. Highly recommend that. But yeah, a lot of it, I do watch a lot of dark stuff, don't I? And it probably doesn't help like fuel my attitudes when I'm like very in a negative mindset and I just want to watch a little bit of blood, gore and yeah, violence, let's just say. Oh my god, would you look at that? We have been yakking for an eternity. Let's quickly finish the mould one and get on with the outro, eh? So my lovelies, that is the end of, I don't even know what to call this, my 2021 watch list. I would say it's a TV watch list, but none of it is on TV. It's my Netflix, Prime and Disney Plus recommendations of 2021. As I say though, if you have got any for 2022, leave them down in the comments box below for me. As I say, clickbait has come through quite a few times and there has been various others of which I do write down, I do keep, because say your recommendations are always on par, my lovelies. So yes, if there are any more, please do let me know. Which out of the streaming services would you say you go to more? Is it Netflix, Prime, Disney? I used to pay a subscription for Hayu, which is all like American reality TV shows in a way, and I done it purely because I used to love watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and then I just didn't have the time, and I thought when I do have the time, I don't want to be watching people living their best life while I'm going to work and slaving my butt off, and I'm just like... So yes, I deactivated that membership, and as I say, didn't really watch it mainly anyway. So yeah, I do gravitate more towards Netflix. However, I do think like Prime and Disney, now I've started to realise that actually there's a bit more on there. I do think I'm going to branch out. It might be like 1 month I'll do Netflix. No, that's a bit extreme, isn't it? It's all about balance. I'm going to have to try and balance it all, ain't I, my lovelies? But yes, Let me know which your preferred service is to go to, and would you look at that, another video is done. If you did enjoy the video, guys, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe down below. As I say, leave me a comment. What has been your top film and top series of the year, let's just say, or what is your top streaming service, for example, and any that you would recommend, please do let me know down below. As I say, I'm always here open for some suggestions. But yes, take care, stay safe as always, my lovelies, and I shall see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.